Journalists have been urged to prioritize ethical reporting, considering the survivors' approach on cases related to gender-based violence (GBV), especially against women and girls. This follows concerns raised by the public about survivors of gender-based violence being exploited and, in some cases, losing their lives. Survivors of gender-based violence had testimonies citing the causes that attributes to GBV. These and many more women have fallen victims of gender-based violence. The National Survey on Violence in Uganda reported that 95% of women had experienced physical and/or sexual violence. Whereas statistics are alarming, the cardinal principle of journalism is to positively change lives, but most often media practitioners forget about objectivity, fairness, balance and justice. In an engagement between journalists and the Uganda Media Women Association, UMWA, journalists were urged to change their approach when reporting on GBV cases.
When it comes to the language that is usually used by many journalists describing the content or describing the scenario, many of the journalists already made assumptions or have already judged the woman. Quite many times we hear, but why was she walking at night? And after all, she was even putting on a skimpy dress. I mean, she should have been raped. So already the journalists are passing judgment.
UMWA Executive Director, Mrs. Margaret Sintamo, emphasized the need to stop biased reporting.
At the end of the day, you see stories that are biased against the survivor or against the victim of violence. You see a story that escalates harm against this woman, girl. You see a lot of negative things done against this survivor.
We want to see non-biased reporting. We also want to see empathy in your reporting. Those are the key things that we want to see going forward, and we hope that we improve our reporting.
All of us, as we are here, we are just one step away from being part of the statistics. And as journalists, I am aware that we've gone through some of the roles, the agenda of journalists, of journalism, what is expected of us. As an individual, ask yourself, am I doing justice?
From the survivors' perspective, they highlighted the challenges they face due to unethical conduct by some media personnel and called for consideration and support to make informed decisions.
Kati munnamawulire nkusuubira bwe mba nze ne nkutuukirira nga n'eggulire lyange lyenkuwadde nkusuubira oddifuluma so si kulituulako. Okulaga ekifaananyi ekituufu lwa nsonga nsobola okuba nga ntudde katebe nga ntudde bubi okulaga nga ate wadatudde n'ensalako akakale kange wano ne kabeera akakola kinga kalabika. Kati munnamawulire nkusuubira okunnyamba oŋŋambe ng'ontereza munenge ateekawo kamera naye sooka okole ki tula bulungi weetereze wano akasikaati nkalaba wano peti erabika.
Journalists also reminded themselves of the best practices for handling GBV cases.
When it comes to defilement, we very well know about the different organizations. We have AMCAN, we have SHIWOOD, we have Action Aid, among others. 5 areas. The first one was preparation. The second one is now sourcing. When it comes to sourcing and guiding these young journalists,
in line with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 5, which aims to eliminate all forms of GBV, the Ugandan government launched a national gender-based violence action plan in 2016. The plan seeks to end practices promoting violence against women and girls and ensure support, access to health services, and justice for victims.
So many policies, but also we do a lot of awareness creation in the communities on the dangers of gender-based violence.
Naguja Serena, NSTV.